Are you looking to become a Tier 1 operator in the gaming world? Elevate your games with Blacksite Studio Terrain.
So he will try to hit you in Charlie 7?
Cool. No penalties, just a 6.
And it's a 6.
6 on 6 is 2 casualty points. Man, you're just killing too many of my guys, man. I thought I had a lot. I don't have a lot anymore. Where do they all go? Alright, so I'll knock down that full squad to a half squad. That'll account for my 2 casualty points.
Well, actually, I don't remember the point of the battle which took place, but the Gap had to stop the advance for a while because his units were on the brink of mutiny, so to speak, in the pirate jargon.
I would not be surprised if I was taking these kind of cash. There are more dead people on the board than living at the moment. So, I mean, this scenario is already kind of off the rails as far as whether or not I'm actually going to take the majority of the hexes. Although, actually, I take that back. I already basically have 3 of them. I right now own 2, and that assault is probably going to take a 3rd. So, I may not take the whole base, but I'll definitely take 3 out of 5. So, hey, you never know.
And total 8. He has a range of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can still reach those guys in Charlie.
You really don't like those people over there in Charlie 7, don't you?
No.
There's something about them that just there's a bee in your bonnet as far as Charlie 7 goes. Okay.
I need to stop this assault, man.
So he's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 5 hexes away. You will be taking some darkness penalties. Because again, the light is uncertain. And you're pretty far away. You are barely in range because you have a range of 5. So that's going to be +1 for darkness. 3 dice. Or 3 rating of 3.
Yep. It's a 7.
7 becomes an 8, no effect.
Okay, now the mortar.
Sweet.
So, the guys in Charlie 10 will try to show Alpha 6, I believe.
Okay. Okay, so that's a 6, subtract 2, because of the commander skill.
Oh, it's a 3, becomes a 2.
Oh man, 6 casualty points. God damn it. Jerry, you're not being very fair. That's not very sportsmanlike. Okay, you've got another mortar pit over here in the craters in India 11.
We're the French.
That's true. Well, Foreign Legion, so you're from all over the place.
Yep.
These are technically the world's least French Frenchmen.
Let's try to save Alpha 7.
Okay.
So, once again, Alpha 6 is the target.
He is in range, so cool, go ahead.
It's a 6.
6 becomes a 5 for the -1 commander bonus, is 3 casualty points. I think that's it. But I can kill that half squad for 2 points and then pin the commander.
Yeah. Cool.
That accounts for my 3. I don't want that commander later on. But that's the end of my sappers there. That's just peachy. Thanks so much for that. Okay, I think that's going to be it for your defensive fire. Do you have anything else?
No.
We'll
Carry.
now go to the advance and assault phase for the Viet Minh. So starting from left to right. So again, that's my advance and assault phase, so I cannot assault that bunker. In advance and assault phase, you can either assault or belly crawl 1 hex. You cannot do both. So he was already 2 hexes away. He cannot assault. However, he can do his 2 hexes closer. That's why I wanted to leave that officer pinned, because he had reinforcements right behind him. I do have this assault going in though. So that assault goes in and automatically succeeds. Why? Because the only unit in there is pinned down.
True.
So he is destroyed. That 50 cal is finally out of gas. Go ahead.
Yeah, you take no casualties because of the...
I take no casualties, even though I'm assaulting a trench hex.
True.
And these 3 casualties, because now there's 3 casualties in there. I tell you what, I may not win this game on taking the objectives, but I may win on points. Because so far, all your casualties are captured or bled out.
Yeah, it's historically accurate.
Yeah. Much more importantly, at least for me, I am now in a trench. So I get some cover bonus from all this friggin' artillery and everything else that's flying all over the place. Okay, so the last thing I have to do now is to try to rally this half squad that's pinned down inside that bunker. He does have a -1 officer to help him out, so I'm looking for a 7 or less. I rolled a 6, so that is going to be a rallied half squad. And that's going to end my turn.
I'm going to be a good sport. You also have an officer in Alpha 4.
Oh, thank you very much. Officers rally on a 6 or less, yeah, same as everybody else. He does not get to apply his leadership bonus against himself because he's pinned. So basically, yeah, I'm looking for a 6 or less. 11, hell no, man. All his men are dead, so he ain't rallying for shit. I want to go home. Uncle Ho, I've had enough. He doesn't want to do anything. Tell me this guy is not winning like the Croix de Guerre, man. I mean, if I'm even pronouncing that right. This guy is Diesel, man. He's one man with a pistol. He's got that little Mat 49 submachine gun and his little FA, this little light machine gun there, and he's like holding off a company of troops. He's destroyed 1 squad himself. He's called in a mortar strike. Actually, yeah, he called in a mortar strike that wiped out another 2 squads plus sappers. He's gonna do some more damage now with more mortars. He's gonna have when he goes down, he's gonna have a kill ratio of like 40 to 1. Okay, so I can pretty much predict where I think at least some of your mortar missions are coming in. So let's do it.
Okay. So I would like to land the first mission on Alpha. No. On Bravo 6, it is, or 5.
Right there?
Yeah.
Bravo 6.
So one over here, and the second one will go into Delta 7.
Oh, cool. Here is where he rolls the drift, and the artillery mission lands on his own guys. Calling it now. Okay, we'll do the bad news first. B6. Roll 1d6. He needs a 1 through a 4 to have it land on its target.
It's a 1.
Damn it. Alright, that one lands where it goes. Let's go ahead and resolve that one. It gets the yellow row. Row 2d6.
It's a 6.
6 is 5 casualty points. It's all spewing over onto the charts. Oh no. Okay, your last artillery barrage lands on Delta 7. I get a +2 to the roll because I'm now in trenches.
Well, let's see if I hit.
Well, that's true. We haven't even rolled your scatter yet. Go ahead.
It's a 4.
It lands where it's supposed to.
And you've got a +2.
Yep.
Now, it's a 3, so it becomes a 5.
So 3 becomes a 5. That is 6 casualty points. Oh my god. You're just destroying all my units. It's not even fair at this point. Look at this. Look at this boneyard. Let me make sure this is the recording here. Recording window. Look at that's like my whole force has been completely annihilated. I've barely crested the ridge. That's okay though. That's the last of his mortars. Very happy to say. Okay, so now we go to your direct fire phase.
And now we will try to do the same thing with the guys from Echo 9, I believe.
Okay.
Sitting
Yep.
cozily in the...
Now that's going to be, yeah, the sandbag bunker there. That's going to be 6 points, again, +2.
And
Oh,
-1
no,
for the
-1 for the officer, yeah, so +1 net.
+1. Now it's a 5.
5 + 1 is a 6, that's 2 casualty points. There's only 1 casualty point in the hex. So that is him splattered. I'm not even going to cry anymore. These guys are already dead.
I want to shoot some of your units. Yeah. The guy in the bunker will try to call in a fire mission from Charlie 10.
Okay.
And he will try to call this mission on Bravo 6.
Okay.
It's an 8.
Becomes a 6, that's still 2 casualty points.
And now the second mortar will try to the one you know, India Lion will try to pin your guys in the bunker in Lima 5.
Okay, that's up here. Alright, -1 for your commander, +4 for the bunker, so it's a net +3.
It's an 8. Nothing happens.
Becomes an 11.
Do I want to shoot you? Do I want to shoot you more?
Do I want to shoot you again and again and again? How many times do you want to kill me, Piotr?
And the guy in the bunker will try to shoot you. And the guy in the Alpha 7. He will try to pin down your guys in Bravo 6.
Okay. He is 3 points, -1.
It's a 5.
Becomes a 4, that's 3 casualty points. So I'm going to knock down 2 and then pin that half squad, that accounts for the 3rd.
Okay, that's all of my direct fire phase.
Okay, then we go to your movement phase. Only people that did not fire can move.
In Bravo 8 will try to reach the bunker in Alpha 7.
I will take opportunity fire as he enters the bunker. So I have to add 4 for the bunker, subtract 2 for opportunity fire. Throwing in 1 grenade. So I have to subtract another 1 for that, so it's a net +1 penalty against me. I have 12 points in there. That puts me on the grade table. I have to add 1 to my roll. Come on, big dog. That's a 7. That becomes an 8. That is 1 casualty point. So I think
Okay.
it's pinned.
Yeah.
Which is a bad move for me, because you know what's going to happen now? You're just going to rally him because you have the +1 officer in there. And that cost me a grenade. But, oh well. Had to do something. Okay, any other movement?
The guys from Lima 9.
Okay.
So the 2 full squads will try to move to Kilo 6.
We will take more opportunity fire. What's 7 points at -2? On the white row, I can subtract 2 from my roll. That is a total of 6. I get to subtract 2 from that. That gives me a 4. 4 gives you 4 casualties. It can't be assessed against guys that weren't moving. You can't like shrug off the bullets and bounce them into his buddies.
It's a sound Soviet tactic.
It's like it's barely legal, but it is legal. Oh man, you're gonna counter assault and retake that bunker, aren't you?
That's fine. We're not giving our skin, you know, lightly.
That's gonna cost you. I welcome the attempt. You're gonna win, but man, it's gonna cost you. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
course. And then Lima 4 will counter assault me again. Next turn.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll win that one.
Okay. So that would be all for my movement phase. So your defensive fire phase.
So this isn't a terribly good shot, but it's whatever. 9, and I'm gonna have to add 3 to my roll. I gotta do what I can for Uncle Ho! I got a 6, which becomes a 9. That is no effect. Over to your advance and assault phase.
Yeah, so let's do this and let's try to put the guys from Kilo 6 and assault your bunker.
No! 6 more. Plus 3. Ooh, you have no officer in there. Ooh,
No.
that might help. That might help. Alright, so I got a total of 15 points in there. I have 7. That is 2 to 1. -1 for my officer. That's bad news for you. That is very bad news for you. Hold on, don't roll anything yet. I'm going to throw in my last 2 grenades.
Yep. I'm going to throw in all 3 grenades.
Throw in 3 grenades. That still gives you like a 50-50 chance, and God save you if you fail this roll. Okay, so you're at 2 to 1. -3 plus 3. Yeah, you have to roll an 8 or less on 2d6.
It's an 8.
You barely survived. Oh. You rolled exactly what was required. Alright, so that's these grenades gone. That's these grenades gone. This game is so screwed up. That's my entire force wiped out. 1, 2, oh god, this is long gone. Heavy barrage. Alright, this pinned unit's automatically destroyed at no cost to you. And of course, these 2 support weapons are toast. So, you have to pay 6 casualty points. That's 1 point per infantry unit that was in there, plus terrain value of the target, which, surprise, surprise, was +4 for the bunker. So to retake your own bunker is going to cost you 6 casualty points.
So let's kill a full squad.
Full squad is destroyed. You now re-own that hex. And there's 2 more casualties. And that's hex. Okay, any other assaults, or are you done beating me up? Dashing and ruining my dreams of a united communist Vietnam. I see what you're doing.
We will try to assault you, because I think I did not shoot the guys in Bravo 7, and they will try to assault you in Bravo 6.
Here's the crazy thing, even if you did fire them, you could still assault.
Oh yeah, true.
Because you're right next to them. You started off right next to them. Alright,
And
so
then
it's, that's 6 against 4, that's still 1 to 1. I have no grenades left. This unit's automatically destroyed. So it is 1 to 1. Are you throwing in any grenades?
1 grenade.
Okay. He's running out of grenades, folks. I have already run out of grenades. This battle's already been that desperate. Okay, so where's the assault table? 1 to 1, net -1. I can't even see the assault table. It's got all my dead counters on it. 1-to-1, you have to roll a 7 or less. It's literally 50-50.
It's a 4.
4, he succeeds. That is 2 casualty units in that. That's going to cost you 2 casualty units.
And I will take, as a last move, I will take the guys from Charlie 8 and move them into Bravo 7.
Alright.
And that's all for my my advance and assault phase.
Okay.
Now let's try to secure some casualties.
Yep, after action phase. So there's a lot going on here. Okay. After action phase. We'll go 1 hex at a time because there's a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, so everybody, we'll start off with this bunker hex here in Alpha 7. Believe it or not, there is a bunker under there, trust me. All these units in here. So there is a medic in there. So a medic does not have to roll. A medic can automatically, if he starts off in the same hex as the casualty point, automatically successfully evacuates the casualty. So that guy's evacuated safely off the table. Then we have a rally check in that unit. So he has to roll, the normal rally check is 6 or less, make that 7 or less because he's elite, he's in the corner there, and he has -1 officer in there to help him, pull his head out of his ass. He has to roll an 8 or less on 2d6.
Oh, it's a 10.
He fails to rally. Oh shit, man.
He's scared of the officer.
Yeah, the officer got a little bit too motivational with him. Okay, now we have Kilo 6. This guy has to rally without an officer. He still gets his elite bonus, so it's 7 or less on 2d6.
Oh, it's an 8, so he didn't rally.
He failed his rally. The bleed out check for the casualty in number 6.
It was 1d6?
1d6, don't roll a 5 or a 6.
Oh, it's a 5.
He dies. He slips away. Okay, that's double victory points for me. Okay, now we have the bunker hex, the bloody bunker hex. There are 2 infantry units in good order in that hex. They can try to evacuate. They're not medics, so they don't do it automatically, but they can at least give it a shot. So normally it's a rally check, so normally it's a 6, but again they're elite. So each one of these infantry units can try a 7 or less on 2d6.
Okay, it's a 7.
Okay, so the first guy is successfully evacuated. He remains upright. Next to casualty.
Second casualty, it's a 7 again.
Okay, he successfully makes it off. Yeah, I think that ends turn 2. And if you're cool with this, Piotr, I was going to go ahead and call it here, because I'm going to give this one up as a French victory. There's no way I would be able to take back any of these bunkers, much less all 5 of them. I mean, with what I have
okay.
left.
Okay, we can finish the game. Not a problem for me. Because actually it makes no sense to play turn 3, because you would take back the bunker.
I seriously doubt it. Or even if I do, I would take so many, because I have no officers. Over here, I admittedly have 15 points against your 9. That's still only 1-to-1. And I have no grenades left. You have grenades left. And you have satchel charges that you haven't even touched yet. So, I mean, it's yeah. So if we wanted to, I'm not suggesting this, but if we wanted to retry this one, I would tweak the scenario rules and then go back and try it again from turn 1. But I think this particular run of this game, I think is pretty well decided. So maybe something like 3 of those heavy barrages land like before the battle starts or something, or that would be one solution. That would be the more realistic, the more detailed solution. The more abstract solution would just be to reduce the number of French troops. And what that basically means is the artillery has landed and has already taken its casualties. And now, the assault comes in. Because what I've given the French is the 125 men that were there at the assault at the start of the battle. So what this game is assuming is that all 125 men survived that 2 hours of Viet Minh artillery. Which is a little weird.
And that was not true.
Yeah, and that's big. Again, I don't just want to pile on more Viet Minh bodies. Because number 1, I don't think that would work. Number 2, that makes the game even bigger, and number 3, I think that starts to screw up a little bit of the historical accuracy. So those are going to be the 2 options I look at as far as correcting the scenario. Either putting in that pre-game artillery barrage, or just assuming that the pre-game artillery barrage is hit and taking out some of the French units. So for now, everybody, we're going to go ahead and close out this video. Thanks very much, everybody, for your support, and thanks for kind of suffering through a probably imperfect Valor Victory scenario here, but that's okay. That's why they call it playtesting. Thanks very much, Piotr, for going through this game with me. Congratulations on a successful defense of Beatrice One. You have beat the historical results for damn sure, because historically this place was overrun. That's not going to happen here.
Oh, thanks. I was surprised because I thought that basically I will hold on the right wing because you failed with these barbed wires. So I really thought that I will have another turn to shoot at you without mercy and without a problem. And actually, it turned out that the left flank was I don't know, easier to defend because of the terrain. I believe because on the right flank you have this bunker that's basically sitting on the top of a, I don't know how to call it, a notch or something like that of the hill.
Little ridge
so
there.
It's an easy ridge, so it's an easy target. And on the left flank, it's more of a simpler terrain to defend actually.
Yeah, well, it's these are this, like I said, what I basically did was I took, when I was drawing up this map, was I took the actual layout of the terrain, called it, transferred it into a transparent layer in Photoshop, and literally just traced it, really. Making slight tweaks here and there to make it fit into the hex grid. So we have a pretty historically accurate look at what Beatrice looked like, or I should say Beatrice One looked like, along its northern shoulder there. So as far as where the bunkers were and how deep the trenches, like where the trenches were laid out, that's pretty accurate. We're scaled at 20 meters a hex, so everything's fine there. Again, the force levels I think are pretty much correct, except again it's just that Viet Minh artillery earlier on in the game.
But all the credit should go to you for designing this beautiful map and these counters and taking your time and doing this actually. I'm only the bad guy for taking his time.
Oh, that's okay, yeah.
And forcing him into playing like the first in the China War.
So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out the video again. Thanks very much, everybody, for coming out and for supporting us here on Sitrep. Thanks very much to my opponent, Piotr. And again, we hope to put up maybe some revised playthroughs of this scenario on YouTube, Sitrep podcast channel, a little bit later on in the week. But for now, we're going to go ahead and close this out. Thanks very much for your time, and we'll talk to you all again very soon.